Well, it's good to speak with you today, Ulf. I look forward to hearing your views on business processes as a service for supply chains. Can you start by providing a brief background of yourself?
Sure. Thanks, Dustin. My name is Ulf Persson. I work for a company called eBuilder, a Swedish company. I'm based out of Beijing. Been here now for about 2 years' time. My role with eBuilder, I'm responsible for the Asia Pacific region from a sales and marketing delivery perspective. And our goal is to work with our global customers that are based in Asia Pacific, specifically China. That's the target. That's a priority right now. But also to evolve and move this forward. eBuilder we focus on delivering business process as a service, and our platform, so to say, is delivered in the cloud, and we cover not only supply chain, but we also cover, procurement, travel and expense management, and customization around these processes. So we have a unique platform that brings together various types of functionality that can provide a service to a dedicated enterprise or enterprises among community, so to say. So we've been in operation for about 10 years, and today we support over 100 plus customers in about 60 plus countries globally, and we process close to 150 million business transactions in relation to various type of businesses, collaboration, obviously supporting global and local supply chains. So I've been doing this for quite some time. I have an IT technology background, originally from Sweden, but have been working with technologies related to B2B, e-commerce, business, middleware in various type of industries for the last 25 years, and I think close to 17 of those working on more international, living abroad in various countries, so to say.
Thank you. Can you talk about what are business processes as a service?
Yes. So if we go back and look into software development and the traditional way of working with IT, building applications, maybe up until 5 years ago, important to try to, you either use packages, ERPs, you typically use that in combination of your in-house development. You need to customize your own business processes. You probably need, as an enterprise, you need to work and collaborate with business partners, customers, independent of which industry you're in. And this have changed over the year. The patterns here have changed, and going back to traditional EDI, B2B, the kind of XML revolution and the way that happened, and looking at how solutions are delivered today, or what has been a trend the last 5+ years is now slowly becoming reality, where an enterprise, even if they may keep IT as a core asset, they started to look at, how can we focus on core business processes, and instead of building up in-house application and have an IT department that cost me a lot of, not only money of course, but also the maintenance side of it. So this trend has kind of evolved, and what has been called cloud computing for many years. If you start to look into that, we can say that we have four. If you have a cloud stack, we have four levels. You have the maybe where it started, more of an infrastructure as a service. Companies, Microsoft, Amazon, and there are obviously tons of local vendors today, depending on where you are in the world, providing, hardware, databases, the infrastructure as a service, and then an enterprise could start to deploy and build application on top of that. That's the first level. The second level, which also have evolved over the years, is platform as a service. So that's where you have various type of companies providing tools, business process management tools, integration type tools, various type of application software tools that can help you build application and then support that as a service concept. The third level is known more as, looking at a package, software as a service. Obviously, the companies such as SAP, Oracle, I guess maybe Salesforce is probably the most famous one that provide, they started to provide customer relationship management solutions as a service. So that's maybe the traditional stack. But then on top of that, and this has slowly evolved, and this is where eBuilder is specialized, you have a kind of fourth level, which is referred to looking at more dedicated business processes and how to solve a business process for an enterprise or a government or a community. So business process as a service. And an example of that, which I will explain a little bit later on, is management of returns. Returns could be related to clothes or with regards to e-commerce. It could be returns related to devices, smartphones, tablets, PCs, or it could be returns related to automotive or other type of industries where spare parts is important, and you need to manage that among your, not only your own enterprise, but among your business partners, service providers, etc., etc. So this is an area that are slowly evolving. There are obviously various type of vendors. I mean, I'm based in China. There are local vendors, but there are all global vendors playing in this area. And again, eBuilder has been strong here, and we have built a stack together that includes those type of ingredients that are necessary, components that are necessary to support an enterprise. Hosting providing the right level of SLAs for a customer of eBuilder, but also make sure of the customers can gain from that. The relevant level of security to comply to industry standards. Integration, how to integrate, again, if you're in the supply chain space, you probably need to do integration related to EDI, B2B, XML, various type of trading partners have various ways of communicate and collaborate. And this BPaaS platform need to support that. Master data management. How can you, with your partners, with your business partners, suppliers, so on and so forth, make sure of that agreements that agree on the right terms when it comes to support and when it comes to how to do business with each other. This is both on the B2B side, but also related to business, to B2C side. On top of that, how as easy as possible be able to configure business rules and manage these rules, look at activity monitoring, business intelligence, etc., etc. So a strong BPaaS platform typically include these type of components, and this is what eBuilder has then built up during the last 10 years, and we believe that we are quite unique here with the ability to deliver this to various type of enterprises. That could be supply chain. Today's session is more focused around supply chain, but obviously it could be related to other business processes as well. I think I mentioned travel and expense management, the ability to control cost. Another trend today that is, global enterprises are looking at how to cut in general, and there are initiatives around shared services that are slowly growing, where the CIO, together with the CFO in an enterprise, it's much more than just looking at IT. It's also related to how can I support my business in a more clever way, be smarter, and actually utilize technologies together with my own asset to move my enterprise forward. If that makes sense with you, Dustin.
Oh, yes. And can you talk about more about how can it be applied to supply chains?
Well, and I give you again where we have had a lot of success over the years, and again also one of the reasons why eBuilder came to China a few years ago is related to reverse logistics or a high-tech manufacturer where that today obviously probably have some kind of post-sales or some kind of repair and return process in place that touch upon local initiatives, local business and global business. We have been for the last, let's say, 6 to 8 years working with the two biggest high-tech, more mobile device manufacturers providing this service, and it's related to warranties. How can they provide relevant services if a mobile phone is broken, or to identify that it actually need the right level of service and it should be sent away for repair. That may be simple. That may be a simple question to solve, but it has a lot of implications, and it touches upon a various type of partners within a community that has to collaborate and to make sure that the high-tech, the device manufacturer then can make the right decision from the front end, the one that will receive this broken phone, or in a perfect world at least can solve the problem and not being forced to send this away, and then the customer has to wait for that phone to be repaired, and maybe it's at the end of the day it's just a configuration problem. So what we have put together and what is referred to our after sales process, or you can also call it the reverse logistic process, is a process that touch again a device company's many thousand points of sales. Say it could be the shop, could be the retailer. It touches the the logistic carriers who will receive these faulty products and then would ship them to the appropriate service center. It covers the service centers, which could be different type of logistic hubs, assessment centers, warehouses, etc. It could be, maybe this specific device company also working with third parties. So there could be third-party repair centers that may be involved one way or the other. And then you also have insurance and claim validation if necessary. So from a supply chain, and if again looking at an example, so eBuilder has this after-sale process that provides the relevant type of integration, the relevant type of visibility for all these actors in this repair and return network, so to say, to make sure of that the supply chain is as efficient as possible. And obviously that the company and these vendors that I specifically referred to has obviously gained from this, and they can see that if the cost for to repair a phone, let's say, would be $15-20 US, you would definitely see the cut down to a few dollars over some time, just because by providing this BPaaS platform, which guarantees the availability, the enablement of the data, the end-to-end visibility, even though all of these various type of trading partners, and we have connected over thousands of organizations, and they obviously have their systems. But the beauty here is that you don't touch that. You just make sure of that you enable the right level, so you can get the data and then provide the end-to-end visibility for all the various organizations, people that are involved in this process. Again, if that makes sense with you.
And thank you for sharing your insights today.
Okay. Thank you very much.